Hello my good people and welcome. I hope you're doing great, and this is one of the video that most of you have been waiting for. You've been asking how you can integrate your web application with LIPA Na MPESA, and you've been telling me to do a video that can show you how you can integrate your web application with LIPA Na MPESA. This goes to the most of the guys who are fresh from either campus, or maybe you are in campus, or maybe you're out there looking for some of experience that now you can apply to give your clients the best services. That is developing web applications that have got more features, like doing payments. As you know, during this corona time, businesses are moving online, and we as software developers here in Kenya, we need to give our clients the best. And generally, I would like to start by saying that LIPA Na MPESA is one of the local, that is a Kenyan product from Safaricom, which is a mobile money payment service that enables the people to make payments using their mobile money. And you can make these, maybe in case you have a web application, you can be able to buy and sell your products online, and the people are going to be able to even make payments online also. So this is the video that goes to all the young guys and developers who are out there and they were looking for this kind of experience or feature, I can say that. So without wasting time, first of all, I'd like to appreciate for those guys who have subscribed to this channel. So if it's your first time, take time to subscribe. It's just 1 second. Just do that right now. And again, feel free to like the video, because that's how you support this channel. And again, to share as many people as you can, so that we can still continue growing this industry together. And again, in case maybe you are looking for somewhere where you can get to learn these kind of skills, because generally when you go to universities and colleges, you realize that this kind of institution, you don't cover the skills that you need, maybe the skills that are needed out here for you to get employed. So you can get to our platform, which is codestar.co.ke, where we normally offer this kind of boot camp, where we cover some of the widely used skills and features that are out there in the market that the employers are looking for. And we have a number of courses that we normally offer, and also we provide some free resources for those guys who are in universities and colleges, as you can see. And generally we have got like web development, where you can do web development, PHP, MySQL. As you know, in this session we are going to use PHP as the backend. And again, there is data science, which is one of the fastest growing courses here in Kenya, and again globally at large. It's a skill that most of you need. So generally, if it's your first time now, or you are in this industry, you joined either university and college, or maybe you're out of you graduated recently and maybe you don't have this kind of skills, it's very, very important for you to make an arrangement and start taking these kind of courses. We normally conduct our courses online, and the prices are very, very friendly, as low as 5,000, like the basic Python, which is something that you don't cover in universities and colleges here in Kenya. That's something that I know very well. It is not well covered. So we have got web development with Python, like frameworks like Django and so forth. And we also have a full stack JavaScript developer. As you know that you can become a full stack JavaScript developer using just the JavaScript programming language. For those guys who are we were back in universities and college back in the days when we used to use JavaScript as what we refer to as a front-end programming languages. Right now there is what we refer to as Node.js and Dino.js, which is has made the JavaScript to be able to be used on the what we refer to as a backend programming language. So let me not waste time doing all that. It's something that you can check in our website, and let's jump in and start our session. So first of all, it's to know the requirements of the session. What we just need, first of all, because we are going to test using some of resources from Safaricom, that is on their Daraja account. So in case maybe you are doing it live to a client, first of all you need to have a working pay bill number. So to apply for a pay bill number, you can get to this website, and you can check some of the requirements, how you make application for this. You need to have a business that is running, or a company, something like that, KRA, something like that, business copy of business registration certificate. We will need a bank which is working, and a letter from a bank, that is a bank account for your business. You need you can check those kind of requirements that are needed here in case you need a pay bill number. So that is one thing. So once you have the pay bill number, the next thing is to open account with but also to do application, there is a form that you need to fill, so that you can take this form to the customer care shop which is nearest to you. You can take this documentation. As you do have all these details, you take them there, and now they will process your application and you'll get a pay bill number. So these are some of the forms that you can fill, and you are ready to go. The next thing, once you have a pay bill number, is to have what we refer to as developer's account from Safaricom, something like that. You just go to this website, developers.safaricom.co.ke. you need to create an account. So right now I have an account, so we will proceed with that. Now once you have an account at this developers.safaricom, the next thing that you need to have is the knowledge with to do with PHP, because in this session we are going to use PHP as a backend programming language. And also you need to have an understanding on how you normally interact with the API, because there are a lot of APIs out there which are external. Maybe as a developer you have to up to this point, maybe you are able to develop your own APIs, and again you know how to work with other kind of stuff like JSON, as you know, that is the way that normally how the APIs normally transmit data. And again, the other thing that you need to have knowledge maybe with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and maybe Ajax is something that you might need, and MySQL database and so forth. So for the sake of maybe if you want to generate receipts and so forth, how to generate PDFs and so forth with what we refer to as this kind of programming language that we have. Now those are the some of the requirements. So knowledge on the PHP and those other types of programming languages that I mentioned. You also need the pay bill number, a Daraja account, and lastly, which is the fourth thing, you need a working domain name. You can purchase a domain name from some of they have got a lot of local companies that normally sell domains. I widely use Truehost, something I recommend. I like their customer care service. I can contact them at any time I want. That is the best thing I normally like about them, because in most cases you might find that you are working with a company, but to contact them when maybe your website is down, you cannot reach to them. But with the Truehost, I normally like them. I appreciate. I'm not marketing their products, but I can share with the link for referrals that I normally use. So let's jump in and start, and we will start by checking this login to this account, to assume you have an account. And the first thing I would advise you to do is go through the documentation in details, because most of you don't like go through the documentation. You will keep on bothering other people by calling them, asking what maybe you forgot a comma, a semicolon, something like that. But the problem is you didn't go through the documentation. That is one thing that most of us as Kenyans, we have a weakness on, and I would like to advise you to go through the documentation. So like if it is we have got a number of APIs that you can consume here, which is customer to business, business to customer, and there is also business to business, which is something that you can check. And Safaricom has provided some of parameters that you can use to test your API in case maybe right now as we speak you don't have a pay bill number that is working. You can use these features, and in this case that is what we are going to use. I don't have a pay bill number that I'm going to apply it live here, so that you can get to know how it works. So we are going to use some of these resources here that are provided, the parameters that are provided here. So the next thing is to check the documentation here. And as you can see, the documentation, there is a lot depending on which programming language. Like in this case we are going to use PHP, and we are going to consume what we refer to as the STK push. STK push is type of an API where you'll find that you just provide all the required parameters to the system, like the number that you're going to make payment, the name, the account number, something like that. And then what is going to happen once you click the button to check out, it's going to push that information to your mobile phone, and what you just need is to enter your what we refer to as a PIN number, and it's your PIN number. That is what you're going to enter. You just enter your PIN number, then it's going to push that information to your the LIPA Na M-Pesa APK on your mobile phone. That is the application for LIPA Na, for SIM, how do we call it? For the LIPA Na M-Pesa SIM tool that you can yeah, it's called Safaricom, something like that. It's going to push that one on your mobile phone. Then what you just need to enter is the PIN number. Once you enter the PIN number, the amount is going to be deducted from your account, and that's all. And now it can generate the system, it can generate the receipt, which you can print a PDF receipt, something like that, or it can be sent to your email, something like that. So those are other features that you can add to the system. So we can click on the PHP, and let's go direct to something to do with there is online, something like that. I think it's online. LIPA Na M-Pesa online, yeah, this one. So you can check the it is, where is it? That is PHP. What is happening to this? What do Flask? Where does Flask come from? PHP. You click there. I want to just to show you the code that you can just copy, and you move ahead with your coding. So this is the code for STK push, as you can see, STK push query, something like that. So this is the PHP code that you can copy and do some editing and so forth. So I hope you have done that. You can copy the code. Then the next thing is to create an application. Like for the guys who have worked with APIs, you know, like Amazon, I think I've seen something which is similar to this. You just need to add an application. Once an application API, you know that we normally work with things like API keys and so forth. In this case, we have got what we refer to as a consumer secret, something like that, consumer secret key, consumer key, and the consumer secret, something like that. So those are some of the things that you will get once you create an application, and you just need to select this one, and you give it a name, and that's all. So I'm not going to create, so already I have an application that I'm using here, which is testing app. I'm not going to click it because it's going to display the consumer key and secret, and it's not something that I would like you to use. I would like you to take your time and create your account, so don't be lazy, do that. So I have copied the code, and now what you just need to have in the code, like first of all, I have an index page, page, which is the first page that is opened on your website. And in this case, I have a form which I have named it, I have given it an heading, and now I have a form which looks like this. As you can see, it's going to pass this information to the stk.pay.php, which is this page you can see here. And I hope the font is enough, sorry, is big enough so that you can see everything. So something like that. So once it passes this information to the PHP page, it's going to be processed, and the method is going to be passed. And what is going to be passed, as you can see, we have got a text box called Gina, a phone number. It is going to pass amount, and maybe an email address. Those are some of the things that we are going to pass. Once this information is passed, as you know, this is something which is basic on PHP. So once that information is passed, it's going to get to this page, and as you can see in this page, we have got the consumer key, which you are going to get once you create an application on your application here. That once you create you add an app, you're going to get consumer key and consumer secret. And as you can see here, I have fed the information with the dummy data and so forth. I have passed the amount. This is the pay bill number that I'm going to use, or something that I get from Safaricom, again from the this account of Daraja, you'll get you can check those details here. You can get something we call pass key, and once you have the pass key, you will generate those are some of the things that you will check from here. Pass key, where is it? Something like that. You can check at your own time. This will be very fast. So you'll feed those details through this one. So we have got pass key. You'll pass the pass key here. I've just given a dummy data for testing, and the phone number here, Gina, then the transaction is going to be tests, and now you can see this is the I have passed the callback, which is going to be my URL. That is the domain name that I'm going to use. I have a domain which is codstar.co.ke, and I have a subdomain that I'm going to use for testing, which is this one. And now that's all. So the other key thing that you need to be very, very cautious is generating this password. As you know, password, you're going to use where is password? Password. You're going to combine some that is somewhere where it's kind of tricky. It gave me some challenges sometimes when I was doing this one. I did it like 2018 somewhere there. Yeah, so where this consume password. Where is password? Let me double click so that I can check password. Yeah, password, it's here. You can see we are going to generate this one, and this information, all of it you are given here from this part. You'll see how password is generated using this kind of documentation. Just go in this documentation in details and you get to know how it works. So like in this case, what you're going to edit here, it's just the consumer key. You've put your own consumer key, your secret, again the pass key, and once you have those three and those four, the fourth one is your domain name, a working domain name. That's all. Remember, it's not going to work with your local server like WAM server and something like that. Don't work. I just tried, but it didn't work. Maybe if there is someone who is out there and it worked for him or her, you can just write to us on the comments so that we can get to know how it works. So those are some of the details that you need to change. The URL, that is the callback URL, the pass key, the consumer secret, and consumer key. Those are the most important things that you'll change once you have your own Daraja account. Now I have this one is ready, so the next thing I just need is to upload on my domain, and I'm going to show you how you upload on your domain. So I have put them in this folder. You can see I've got these two files, so let me zip them. Right click, send to, then compress. Once I compress, I have a file here. The next thing is to click here. Then this is the account that I normally use. I'm going to just write cPanel, and I hope the internet is going to be very fast. So once that one is done, because when you buy a domain name, you are given the that is the username, and the password that you can use to log in, but you can also change the password in your own way. So yeah, I hope it's going to be very, very fast. Now it's ready, so I'm going to log in. Once I log in, I'm going to go to the file manager, because I'm using a cPanel with a shared hosting. Herikobanks.codstar is the domain that I have, and this is where we are going to upload our content. So click on the upload, select a file from the desktop. This is SDK push, as you can see, desktop SDK push. Then open, and once I open, I'm going to go back here and zip the folder. So to unzip the folder, you just need to extract, that is to extract the folder. Once you extract the folder, the next thing you need to do is to move these files to the root, that is the root of this what we refer to as domain, like that. So now, as you can see here, we have got the folder that we extracted, and now we can delete this one to get only the what we refer to as to be left with only those three files. .htS something like that, .ht access, something like that. You normally hide it in case maybe you want to hide your URL, something like that. That is pages and folders and all that. You can check them on YouTube. So let's be very fast. Now we can test our system whether it's working. So banks.codestar.co.ke. Not that fast in typing. So here I'm going to feed the information. I'm going to say it's Eric Chalo, kijana kutoka Mayakos, 0711233, and I'm going to make payments of 1 bob, though I'm not. Yeah, sorry. Then I'll enter my email address. Let me use this one. And yeah, those are the details that are provided. Now the phone number, you need to make sure you are using this, you write it in complete with this country code, that is the A254, something like that. So now I'm going to click and show my phone like this, so that you can get to know what happens after that. Yep, that way it's better. Now I'm going to click, so it's supposed to show a message. Yeah, so can swipe, and now what is asking, it's just me to enter the PIN number, and once I enter the PIN number, the rest of transaction is going to be completed. So I don't want to do that. My 1 bob is very ni pesa mingi sana, because once I do the transaction, is going to go to that pay bill number that it's from Safaricom, they normally use for testing purposes and so forth. So that's how you normally integrate your web application with the LIPA Na M-Pesa. And beyond this one, now you can catch this JSON data and put it on a database, and that is insert it on a database to show that transaction is successful, and generate a receipt from that. So now that is more of a other coding part you can you can do on your own. You can research on your own. In case maybe you have challenge on that, feel free to visit our website. It has got all those kind of resources here. You will be able to enjoy. I have all the time to take you through the course. I have got other guys who are out there. We normally work together, so we will help you to do that. So just need to click there, log in, like for example that way. Once you log in, now you'll be able to see, this is just the notice board where we have got some kind of information that we post, and we have got a banner that we did, something like that. Courses you need to enroll, like that. You click there, check the courses that we offer. Like Python basic, part of it is 5,000, and if you can imagine, for 2 months paying for 5,000 hiyo ni pesa kidogo sana, my friends. And the good thing is, because we are not paying rent, because we are doing everything online. So yeah, Python, there is R programming language, which is some of you don't cover in universities and college. Then there is a PHP MySQL, just creating a website with that. There is Python, there is a full stack JavaScript developing using those kind of frameworks, and in most cases working with the core language, it will help you now be able to go out there and work with any framework that is out there, and still we'll be able to cover all these things, and you will be able to do your own project. And once you complete a project, now you will be good to go. So that is it. Have bonus of in case maybe you might have any challenge. I might not be the best teacher, I learned from somewhere, and these are some of the guys, these are the channel that helped me a lot. Like this friend of mine, I don't know him, I've never met him personally, but once we've communicated via the comments on this YouTube, and you can see he has done quite a very recommendable job. You can go through the videos and you'll learn a lot. You'll learn how to consume all those APIs, like from the customer to business, business to business, and again business to customers. All those types of APIs you'll be able to consume using this one. So this he has done it with the PHP, and it's nice. Again, there is this another guy called Kenyan Engineer, this channel called Kenyan Engineer, and this is where I learned how you can integrate it with using Python, something like that. So still he has done a lot. So I will also ask you to subscribe to their channel to support them. supporting someone's channel by just subscribing, it will not harm you, my friends. And my friends who are out there, just take your time right now, make sure you subscribe, again like the video. That's how you support these channels and you motivate us. At least tunatoka hapo tunafanya another video that inaweza kusaidia in one way or the other. So I do appreciate, and I don't think maybe I have left anything else which has got any issues. So yeah, so in case maybe you have any question and maybe any comment that you might need to share with us, feel free to share on the comments so that we can continue, make the conversation continue. And yeah, that is it. I would ask you maybe to continue support this channel, as I said, and that is it. Goodbye and see you on the next video. Now, sorry, before I complete, I'm going to do a video on how to create I'm going to just give you a general knowledge. I'm not going to have I've decided not to have a planned lesson, something like that. I'm just generally going to have general approach in a way that now you will learn how you can copy code from other areas, if it is GitHub, because that is what we normally do. We learn from other people's who have done it before. You can copy paste your code, modify it in a different way, again implement it in a different way in your application. And those are kind of skills that most guys maybe who are out there, you have graduated recently maybe, or you are in universities, you realize that you might think we normally do it from scratch, we code from scratch and so forth. Yes, in some application we normally do that. There are some of applications that I normally do that, but others no, you don't have to do that. And we have a number of bootcamps that we are going to do, that is on Python. We also have WordPress, which is the one of the easiest way you can create a website. So make sure you subscribe and you will get all these resources. So feel free, in case maybe you might need to contact, you can check these. This one is always there, these chat buttons, and it always communicates with my phone, so I'll be able to get back to you in case maybe you have any issues. So goodbye, sorry for the making the video to be too long.